let's talk about automation. I love this topic. My wife thinks I'm crazy, but, I like to automate parts of my life as much as I can without going overboard. And she's a good balance for me, actually. She's the one that loves to have fun and play, and let's just go with the flow and see how things go. I like systems, I like processes, I like habits, I like routines. I like that stuff because it's predictable and it gives me structure, and I like having the structure. But I understand the other side of things. You don't want to over-automate. You don't want to put so much structure in that there's no flexibility. You don't feel like you can breathe. So let's dive into this a little deeper. Let's see. For example, let's say part of your day, you want to journal for an hour. So you're going to block off 1 hour, Monday through Friday, let's say 8 to 9, and you're just writing during that time. You're journaling. Well, that part is automated because you've said Monday at 9 o'clock, I'm sitting down and I'm journaling. You decided that in advance. When Monday at 9 o'clock comes, you don't look around going, well, what am I going to do? It's 9 o'clock. What should I do? No, you already know. It's 9 o'clock, Monday, you're journaling. It's already been decided. That part is automated. From 9 to 10, you're journaling. That part is not automated because that part requires a great amount of brain power. Does that make sense? So you can automate the shell of your life. What you're going to do with your time inside of each of those pods, if you will, is you doing your deepest work. You're doing cognitive work, you're blogging, you're podcasting, you're developing, you're creating, you're inventing, you're making phone calls or sales calls, or you're doing whatever activities generate revenue for your business. Or if you're a student, you're studying, you're doing this or that. So you have a structure where this is my plan for the week. I'm going to do this and this on Mondays and this on Tuesdays and Wednesdays and Thursdays, etc. And you can even theme your days. I love this too. Mondays are administrative days. I'm going to do all my paperwork on Mondays. Billing, my accounts receivable, my taxes or filing and invoicing and all the stuff that people generally don't like to do. They kind of put it off. I'm going to wait till later to do that. Well, you decide ahead of time. Mondays, I'm going to do that. Tuesdays are good for me to dive in and do some deep thinking on my business. So Tuesdays, I'm going to work on my business, not in my business. So Tuesday's my big picture thinking day, and that's where I'm going to do this. I'm going to go out and network, and I'm going to shake hands with people, and I'm going to take people to lunch, and I'm going to talk about big ideas and this and that. So you can theme your days all the way down. Wednesday is this, Thursday is that. What are the most common activities that you do in your business? And then you can decide, you can split it up and say Monday's this, Tuesday's that. So that is the automation part that I'm talking about. When you do that, you do it once, and this is the beauty of automation. You only have to spend the time once, and you don't have to figure it out anymore. It's already done. Plug it into your calendar. You wake up, you just go off your calendar. Your calendar tells you what to do. Monday at 10:30, you're going to know exactly, because it's on your calendar, that this is what you're going to do. You can even go so far as to block off your family time. You can say Mondays or weekdays, every day when I get home from work, I'm going to put all my technology aside, and for 1 hour I'm going to play with my kids. When I get home, I'm usually home by 5:30, so from 5:30 to 6:30 is kid time. And it's whatever they want to do, that's what I'm going to do. Okay? So that's where I'm saying automation, but not so automated that you can't have fun, that you don't have flexibility, that you can't live life and just have time for things that happen. And things will happen, and things will disrupt your schedule. Something, an emergency or an opportunity or something that you can't pass up might happen during a blocked area of time. And that's okay. Go with the flow. Life's not perfect. But if you have a plan, you've got something to fall back on. So if something changes, you can consciously choose, normally I'd be doing this with my time, but today I'm not. I'm going to be doing this. It's a conscious decision. You're living intentionally. That's the goal. But what automation does is that it gives you a default. So if you don't know what else to do, if you don't have something new that just came in, or something that is different that you got to address, or a challenge or an issue or something, by default, you already know what you're going to be doing. It's 5:30 on Wednesday. I'm playing with my kids. It's 6:30. I'm eating dinner. It's whatever. So automation is beautiful because it takes the guesswork out, and it always answers the question, what should I do next? So take a day, a weekend, whatever amount of time you need to set up your life. And this is the hardest part. But the beauty is you only have to do it once. So this is the hardest part. You sit down and you look at your schedule, you look at your activities, you say, what are all the things that I'm doing? What is my time? I have a job, let's say, 8:30 to 5:30, whatever my job hours are. That is my boss's time, essentially. That is where I work on this, and that's not my time. That's my company's time. Before 8:30 is my time, and after 5:30 is my time. So those are the areas, maybe, if you have a job, that you only have access to right now. And that's fine, but block off those areas and then block off your job. Say this is job time. And then when you transition over to being a full-time entrepreneur, then you've got that full 8-hour block that you can start filling up with whatever you want. But take the time to set up your day, your morning routine, what time you go to bed, what time you wake up, what you do when you wake up. Set it all up as if it were, this is my perfect day. If I could design a perfect day, productive, I got a lot done, I'm feeling good about my progress, I'm spending time on me, I'm spending time being a father, I'm being a husband, doing all the roles that I'm called to do. Being an entrepreneur, I'm putting time into my business, working on my business, not always in my business, and then a check and balance where I'm checking on my goals, looking at my progress. You block off time for all that. Wednesdays I do this, Fridays I do that. Then you've got the structure in place, the foundation. That's all set. And if you ever don't like it, you can go back and change the foundation a little. So you go into your calendar settings and change Mondays at 5:30. I'm going to change that to something different. And your calendar just reminds you. If you're on a phone, you're automated, or if it's a paper calendar, you just have to open it up and look. You always know what you're going to do next. So automate your life, but automate it in such a way that you've got the flexibility, you can still enjoy life, and you can still accommodate new opportunities that come in unexpectedly, or challenges or issues. But then inside of those little pods, that is where the rubber meets the road, because that's not automated. That's you doing your deep work, your brain, your thinking, your cognitive work. Does that make sense? Automation. I love automation. Automation is a beautiful thing. People, I guess, kind of make fun of it in some sense because it is a little dry, and it's a little rigid, and it requires, some discipline, I guess, to follow. And some people think that, you're kind of being a slave to your calendar. I don't look at it that way at all, because I chose everything that I'm putting in my calendar. That all came from me. All I'm doing is inputting it so that now my calendar reminds me what I have already decided to do. I love that.